I might have forgotten to do a vote between the HIF and Protect Democracy paths. Meh, I'm just gonna go with the HIF path. Welcome to another video on this channel. Today I'm going to be playing as the Sick Man of Europe, and I will be trying to cure the Empire of Cringe by making it democratic. So let's head in. Okay, the Ottoman Empire in 1910. We have a lot of debuffs. First, we start with Sick Man of Europe, reducing our political power gain by 10%, construction speed by 10%, production efficiency cap by 10%, production efficiency growth by 10%, and increasing master impact plus 0.1. Then we have Farbielli officers, increasing our max planning speed by 10%, and daily command power gain multiplier by 5%. Then we have Army of a Bygone Era. First, reducing the strength of our navy, fleet coordination by 5% and naval speed by 5%. Then we have very huge army debuffs. This national spirit reduces our army experience gain by 40%, our division experience gain by 40%, our division organization by 40%, our army organization regain by 40%, our division attack by 40%, our division defense by 40%, and increasing our training time by 40%. This really reduces the strength of our army. Then we have the Sultan Mehmed V, increasing stability by 5%, reducing improved relations maintain cost by 50%, increasing ideology drift defense by 50%, and reducing political advisor cost by 5%. Then we have diplomatic isolation, increasing the improved relations maintain cost by 10%, and we cannot join factions. Then we have crippling illiteracy, increasing monthly population by 15%, increasing recruitable population factor by 5%, but reducing research speed by 25% and factory output by 10%. So researching stuff will be hard. And lastly, we have separatist sentiments, reducing the required garrison by 35% and decreasing stability by 37% and war support by 14.8%. Our leader Ibrahim Haki Pasha has the traits inner party factionalism, reducing political power gain by 15% and reducing party popularity stability modifier by 15%. He also has the trait Grand Vizier, increasing political power gain by 5%, increasing stability by 5%, and reducing political advisor cost by 5%. In the decisions, we have a really cool map depicting the minorities in our empire. And we also have a lot of debt apparently, 8,216 liras, which cripples our economy through the Ottoman Public Debt Administration. Based on how much we are in debt, our consumer goods factories and resources to market are increased. Right now, the consumer goods factories are increased by 28% and the resources to market by 14%. It also reduces daily political power cost by 0.05. It reduces improved relations maintain cost by 10% and it increases civilian intelligence to others by 0.2%. We can also buy equipment, but this will increase our debt, which is not really good for the economy. We start with a big army, but due to the national spirit, it's pretty weak. Let's first select the divisions we cannot edit and put them separately somewhere. And then I will convert every division to this template. I will send those 9 divisions to garrison just down there. And the rest of the army will also just garrison the entire coastline right here. And let's assign someone who has good defense, train him to level 3, and I will assign this guy because he has cavalry leader. Now let's look at the focus tree, which is very big. Mostly because of all the paths that are here, but also a big economic path that actually splits in 2, which is something you don't see often. Right here is Army, Air Force, and Navy. The Army one is important because with that we can get rid of the massive debuff. And of course, like I said, those are the political paths. Right here is Empower the Sultan. Then right here is HIF Victory, which I'm gonna go for, but also Protect Democracy and Undermine Democracy, which leads to Mustafa Kemal, the Free Pashas, and the leftist government. Of course, we will go for the HIF Victory. So I'm gonna start with Aftermath of the 31st March incident. And for factories, I'm gonna build just mills for now. And for research, it's gonna be this. The production will look like this. I will try and focus mostly on howitzers. I will not really need that much infantry equipment because those divisions got smaller, so we will have a lot of equipment now. And 1 factory on support equipment and civilian trains. Though the civilian trains factories will increase over time because it's very important that this mod supplies are hard to get if you have big divisions. And I'm just gonna build those ships and then just convoys. And that's mostly it for now. I'm also gonna send the navy to there. And then have them train to level 3. Oh, combat sighted, probably... Oh... No, don't remind me. And after aftermath of the 31st March incident, I will do Glory to the Action Army. And after Glory to the Action Army, let's get Harbieli officers. Let's also get a old figurehead for more political power. And something I completely forgot, I want to buy howitzers. Oh, also something cool, we started with an academy, which I don't really see often in mods. We started with Itatist academies, reducing military leader cost by 50% and increasing party popularity stability modifier by 15%. It also gives new officers the trait Itatist sympathies. So now that we have 30 command power, I will get Mustafa Kemal Pasha as our chief of army, because he's a genius and this will give us a lot of army XP, which I'm gonna be needing. And now, reaffirm loyalty of the army. Let's also get a liberal economist. And now we've completed all the focuses we can here. Now we have to wait until the elections of 1912. So now let's do strengthen the national economy, which will give us a new economic law, which will help us with the increased consumer goods factories we have. And it will also get us to limited exports and reduce the resources we put into market, which is helpful. We also now maxed out the Harbieli officers, increasing our army experience gain by 5%, increasing division recovery rate by 10%, increasing stability by 10%, increasing planning speed by 5%, increasing max planning by 10%, and increasing daily command power gain multiplier by 25%. Purchase pre-dreadnoughts from the German Empire. Oh, about that. German ships arrived. Now tell me, Greeks, how about these ships? Increasing our debt, but we get cool new ships. Let's go. Well, looks like there's a rebellion in Asir, so let's quickly deal with that. And now let's do Ottoman Public Debt Administration, so we can repay our debts, because I need to do that for some focuses. This also gave us the economic law statism, which increases consumer goods factories by 22%, which is even less than partial mobilization would. It decreases stability by 10%, decreases military to civilian factory conversion costs by 10%, reduces civilian to military factory conversion cost by 20%, increases fuel gain per oil by 5%, increases infrastructure construction speed by 15%, increases military construction speed by 5%, increases civilian factory construction speed by 10%, and increases stockyard construction speed by 5%. Right here in the decision we also have a way to get rid of this. So let's train 6 divisions of the template I did, which I'm gonna show later. Okay, now that we have done Ottoman Public Debt Administration, I will now try and focus on the army. Let's also immediately start repaying some debt. I will also get a freedom poet because I want the stability. So they train to 20%, so I can put them out. And I'm gonna send them to Libya and then train them to level 3. So let's continue reforming the army and purchase more howitzers. And now a uniform change. And after a uniform change, I will now have to wait till I have less debt. Let's do this so we can get rid of the navy debuffs. Let's also get a decisive battle expert. And now let's get down to prioritize economic independence so we can get large debt payments. Let's also modernize our navy. Well, someone wants apparently some land from me. Let's put our navy to convoy rate and always engage. Now we can do large debt payment, which is good. So now let's invest in entrepreneurship and also do a large debt investment, which, okay. We'll also now stop training them. And Italy declared war on us. I will remove the order and immediately attack the Italian landings down here. Let's see how this goes. Looks like our Grand Vizier resigns. Really? And we get a new Grand Vizier with the exact same traits, so it doesn't really matter that much. We've beaten 2 naval invasions back down here, now just the one in Tobruk remaining. Never mind, they just peaced out. Okay. Which is great, because they paid a lot of our debt back. Because they are paying war reparations. I did kind of lose the naval battle, but it doesn't matter. This really helps now. Now we can reorganize the army a bit. So I've set the army up like this now. 24 divisions will guard the border of Serbia and Montenegro. 24 divisions will guard the border of Bulgaria. And 12 divisions will guard the border with Greece. The irregular cavalry will hold the railway. And those troops are gonna be here for now to have supplies. And I'm gonna send them to whoever will be faction leader. Foundation of the HIF. Hopefully they won't get dissolved like the OIF. After investing in entrepreneurship, I will now do domestic weapon companies and try and get down to Damascus and maneuver to do army modernization decisions. Also, I'm now going to stop reducing the debt to save some political power, because our debt is now reduced enough to go down all the focuses here. Success of the HIF in the by-elections. We must address this issue. I will also now build 2 supply hubs, one right here and one right there, because, yeah, you see there are some supply issues in these areas. Let me now also increase our normal divisions we have for all these divisions down there to this. The Grand Vizier announces early elections. Hope nothing goes wrong this time. Oh, also I'm gonna send this division down here because there might be some revolts down here. Let's also get a army logistics expert. Elections of clubs. The elections were fair. What the hell are you talking about? This now starts a crisis. Savior officer coup. Let's also get a army regrouping expert and a entrenchment expert. Savior officer coup. Hürriyet Müsevet Ühet. I hope I pronounced that right. This immediately bypasses the Savior officer coup focus, which was hidden. And now we gained a new leader, Ahmed Muhtar Pasha. He's also a Grand Vizier. And he has another trait, the Victorious. Increasing political power gain by 0.1, increasing division recovery rate by 10%, increasing stability by 5%, increasing party popularity stability modifier by 15%, increasing war support by 10%, increasing a division attack and defense by 5%, and increasing daily democracy support by 0.05. We also gained the national spirit government without a majority, but this national spirit will probably not matter because we are going to dissolve parliament. I wonder if the elections will ever be held, which immediately removes the national spirit, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's also get a maneuver superiority expert. And now let's finally do Damascus maneuvers. And I'm also gonna send those troops right here. And first Balkan War started. We are at war with the Balkan League. Let's see how well this will go. Balkan League crosses the border. We were too busy internally to notice it, which gives us army in chaos and also reduces the good buzz on our officers. I'm also gonna actually send the cavalry to the front line. Let's start our offensive towards Sofia. And due to the war, our government collapses. We now have Mehmet Kamil Pasha. War for Balkans. The enemies of our nation will be destroyed. And Albania declares independence. They will suffer for their treason, just like others. That's why this division is down there. Let's go there and then go back and hope they go out. If not, then they will probably just stay down there, so either way, I don't care. We can also now modernize the army. And we managed to capture Sofia. I'm so glad that we did that, because oh my god, I'm getting constantly attacked, which is not great. I will quickly send those divisions right here, and the rest will hopefully defend the stuff here. Let's also quickly make a railway connection. And let's quickly capture the city up there, because they just left the province to go down there, which is great. Warner's also captured now, and they surrendered. These terms are acceptable. And just like that, we won the Balkan War. Also, it has coup events, but I did not care because I wanted to win this war. So this gets completed. So now we just have to wait for this to finish. Albania's also gone now. And this now marks the end of the Balkan War. So let's do some more industrial stuff. And by the way, the template for the division I use to mainly push is just this. It's a division I've been using in the Great War mod a long time now. And it worked for me, so I kept using it. By the way, when I had pushed into this province right here, I had to immediately pull out because I got attacked from all sides. So then I replanted, and then it worked, and I captured Sofia, which was something I needed for them to capitulate. And then my plan was to capture those cities here, and hopefully then they will have enough surrender progress so that they will surrender, which worked. I also was lucky that they pulled out their division into this one, so these two provinces were empty. And we also gained Montenegro as a informal protectorate, and of course some more land now. I'm also now continuing to repay my debts and more industry stuff. So let's start with Purge the Coup Generals. Also, I forgot to mention that all the minority provinces have some different state modifiers. Well, looks like Albania thinks Route 2 will work, but I don't think so. Let's do lift the media restrictions. And yep, that's Albania dealt with. Question of the civil code. Also, we've repaid all our debts. I would now have to do a focus to dissolve the Ottoman Public Debt Administration, but I'm gonna wait with that. Question of the civil code. We've promised an autonomous system, and we'll deliver one. Let's also expand service for the army. Let's permit minority parties, and let's also decrease the significance of the Harbieli officers. And now, pardon conservatives. And now, status of autonomy. We also gained a balance of power now between the conservatives and the liberals. And what elections? I don't have elections actually. Wait. Am I supposed to have no elections? I'm not seeing any focus that would change that. Weird, but I'm probably gonna have the liberals in power. So let's appoint more liberals. Well, looks like our Grand Vizier died. Good luck to Damat Ferid Pasha. So now we have a new Grand Vizier. He is also the trade Grand Vizier, and also he is the trade concessionist. Increasing the daily political power gain by 0.05, reducing improved relations maintain cost by 50%, increasing trade law opinion factor by 25%, and decreasing license production speed for infantry equipment by 20%. And after status of autonomy, encourage privatization. Status of autonomy also gave us a national spirit, autonomous vilayets, decreasing political power gain by 0.1, increasing stability by 15%, increasing max factories in a state by 15%, increasing construction speed by 10%, increasing defense for penalty stability modifier by 15%, and reducing the political advisor cost by 75%, and reducing the cost for economic laws, trade laws, and conscription laws by 25%. So yeah, getting advisors is hella cheap. Let's replace the Freedom Poet with Decentralist Liberal. And even more significance decreased for the officers. Al-Catania asks to expand Arab conscriptions. It's too risky to give them too much power. Shining democracy of the Middle East without elections. Apparently, I don't know why. And finally, healing the sick man, which will remove the national spirit sick man of Europe. And finally, we are no longer the sick men of Europe. Let's now disband the Hamidiyeh, which is the irregular cavalry I cannot disband. And after that, reorganize the special organization. I don't think this is good. Oh no, July crisis. Mobilization across Europe. What is happening, guys? Now we gained an intelligence agency. Let's now get some more factories and stuff. What? Serbia refused Austrian demands? The Great War. Hey, that's the name of the mod. Okay, that's really not cool, man. Pursuit of the Goeben in Breslau. Yeah, I'm gonna refuse because I'm neutral for now, so I don't really wanna agitate any side. Let's try and get rid of our illiteracy, finally. So let us do war against illiteracy. And now to the branch I've not really talked about, the minority branch, I think I will call it. It basically deals with the state modifiers that you have. This is also dynamic, so the focuses depend on which ideology you have picked or which political path you've chosen. In my case, it focuses on autonomy. So the focus just changed our separatist sentiments national spirit. It now does not reduce stability and war support, but it reduces political power gain. I also love how the map expands when you get more states. So after I've done some, minority focuses, let's do our place in the world. Let us do negotiations with France. Well, if someone is not having a good time, let's get French investments. And now we can finally do the last war against illiteracy. After that, it will be finally removed. Let's also get a French aviation mission. Even though this will hurt our economy, let us get rid of statism now, because I don't need it anymore. This now gives us economic meltdown for 1 year, but I don't care. Let's get to partial mobilization immediately, and let's get some French garrisons, I guess. And let's also get a British naval mission. And looks like the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk just got signed. And good news, I'm going to get rid of Army of a Bygone Era finally. This took a while. And now the Yenikö Accord. And I'm gonna do one focus before I join. Let's do welfare for Mesopotamia, I guess. I've changed the main template to this. That's also a howitzer now, because I've got the army experience. And yeah, with that I'm gonna push into some Balkan territories. And now crippling literacy is finally gone. So now let us do Franco-Ottoman alliance. I would have joined earlier, but if the Russians are still in the faction, I would become a dominion or a subject of the Russians, which I don't really want. So yeah, I've waited till they have their problems here. Franco-Ottoman alliance. And now we're in the faction. Let's ratify the Anglo-Ottoman Convention and also join the war. And I don't care. Let's immediately advance on both fronts and try and get as much land as possible before they send any troops there and notice that something is going on here. I would love to use them to invade, but yeah, they will never accept. After I ratify the Anglo-Ottoman Convention, I will now do sale of Cyprus. Oh, and I've pushed Bulgaria out of most of Bulgaria, and I liberated Serbia and captured like Sarajevo for a supply hub. But yeah, I've been stopped basically. My man, I don't think that last stand is gonna do anything for you. But I guess, you do you. Yay, we gained Cyprus and some debt. Let's repay that. Yep. That's gonna be the end of Bulgaria. Let's quickly capture the Bruja from the Germans. Oh no, army epidemic. And influenza epidemic. Okay. I could also just ask for a bailout and yeah. Yeah, economic meltdown is gone finally. And Germany surrendered. Okay. Did not do anything. Romania joined the war. Let's go. Let's see if they're gonna bail out me. 0 debt again. I'm now also gonna get rid of the public debt administration. And we've just been peaced out. Now we have to wait 90 days for the Paris Peace Conference. I just noticed the Jing still exist. This is a historical game, by the way. What? What? Did they never joined the war and now they made their own war, I guess. Okay. Let us finally dissolve the Ottoman Public Debt Administration. Now it's finally gone, and now the Paris Peace Conference has been signed, and I apparently annexed Bulgaria. Okay. Goodbye, Bulgaria, I guess. And now I gain post-war economy, which sucks. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my Ottoman Empire Great War Redux run. And please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.